In the previous video, I started to improve my code by creating a print debug method, and I got it completely working by adding a parameter that would be the number of pennies, so I could print it out from this method. So just to give it a trial run here, let me run it from the command line, Java chapter 4 changemaker. We'll say how many pennies do you have? 78. And then we have the printouts. So after quarters, pennies left is 3, and then we have some more of these statements. So this is the statement that's new, or that I should say, this is the one that's calling my new print debug method. These ones I haven't fixed up yet, but this first one it looks like is working fine. You can see it printing out. All right, so this is not a great example in terms of nickels and dimes and so forth, but let's continue. Okay, so right here I would like to I'd like to also print debug, and here I'd like to call print debug again. But my problem is that right now it's up in print debug. It says quarters here, and it says quarters here. And so if I just call print debug, the number of pennies is going to be correct, but it's going to say quarters. And this is what I mean. Let's take this out. I'm going to triple click to select this line and hit delete, and then hit tab a couple of times to get my indents right, and then call print debug. Actually, I should just be copying and pasting from above, but I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so, and then let me triple click to select this line. Command C to copy, Control C on Windows. Triple click to select, Command V or Control V to paste right over. Okay, so here the print debug should look almost right, but let's check it out. Java C. Builds fine. Let's do one that's more like this, 91. Okay, so this looks good. The numbers are all fine. Everything, that math is still working fine, and the numbers here are looking fine because I can see that this will then be nickels and pennies, but it says quarters every time. Ugh. How do I fix it? Well, it means that I need to make this a little more general and take one more parameter. So I can't just say quarters right now, because it might not be quarters. It might be the word nickels. It might be the word dimes, something like that. So because I'm not going to know exactly what word to say here, I'm just going to say %s. And anytime I put a percent sign inside this formatting string, I have to then put a variable over here that will fill in that area. Well, right now I don't know what the word is going to be. Somebody's going to have to tell me. So, and I can put it doesn't matter whether I put it before or after the num pennies variable, I just have to be consistent when I use it. So I'm adding a parameter, comma, and this next parameter is going to be a word or a string. And I'm going to call it after what. Double click to select, Command C, paste it in right here, and separate with a comma. Now, up here in the parameter list, num pennies is first and after what is second. Down here in this list, after what is first, because it's %s comes first. It doesn't matter that these are the same, or that these are the order is different from this line to this line. No, doesn't matter at all. All this line does is it declares num pennies and after what as variables that I can use inside print debug. Nobody else knows what num pennies and after what are. Only print debug knows. Anybody else just has to make sure that whenever you call print debug, you send an int first and then you send a string afterwards. So it doesn't even matter what's in the string. For example, so down here I want to say quarters. Here I want to say dimes, and here I want to say nickels. But again, if I build this, I should get an error because I need to pass that string now. See, actual and formal argument lists differ in length. It takes now 2 parameters, and now I'm only sending it an int. So I need to add that string. It doesn't care what I add. Look at this. Oh, throw caution to the wind here. Blah. Okay, is that fine? Let's see. Let's see. Yep. Now I'm down from 3 errors to 2 errors. Yeah, see, it doesn't care what's in there. I can just pass whatever I want. However, it would be much more useful for me if I put in the actual words that I care about. So for this one, that happened after quarters. This one happened after dimes. And this one happened after nickels. So I'll just put the strings or whatever I want it to print out. And then let's take it for a ride. $91 pennies. After quarter. Oh, now I'm back. I've got 3 awesome output statements here, all done from the print debug statement. So look what's happened now that I'm using methods. My code is much cleaner because I've kind of taken out a lot of the code that I might have been prone to error or so forth, and I've streamlined it by calling this method 3 times. For the stuff that's different, I have created a parameter so that I could create a little bit more variety in my output statements than I had previously. And then, of course, I need to pass this data from the main method into my print debug method here. So continuing on the why would I make this a method, it's only 1 line of code. Well, so the classic example is, I love this error message, I think it's really awesome, and then I show it to my boss, and my boss is like, wow, I really don't like your wording, or can we have a lot of new lines and tabs in here? I would like it tabbed over. Okay, I would like some stars so I can really see it show up. Whatever that changes, look how many times I have to add stars. 1 time. Otherwise, I would have had to go through and find every place that I had done this printf statement and add the right number of stars in every place in the code. Now I just add it in 1 place, and that's it. I'm totally done. 1 line of code change later, I rebuild, I run, and my boss is happy because, there's tons of stars. Yay. Methods. Magical.